Hello everybody, my name is EK and welcome back to some more Old School Runescape. Today we are finally starting the Elven questline, as we do need both Plague City as well as a biohazard to be able to continue our recipe for disaster journey. So today's video will be on Plague City, and then the next video will be on biohazard, and then the third video in that chain will be the recipe for disaster quest, so you guys know what the next 3 videos are going to be about. So, this quest chain is a rather long one. I do know that Song of the Elves in particular is a Grand Master quest. It contains a lot of requirements here. There's a recommendation level 95, so I have no illusion of finishing off the entire Elf City or Elf quest chain in one go. Now, I have talked about it before. I do want to do quests in order as much as I can, where I would love to be able to complete an entire chain and, you know, like finish it from the first quest to the last quest in one long series kind of. However, I kind of do want to split them up here, so I'm going to do the first 2 quests here, Plague City and Biohazard. Then I will probably park it. I can't even do Underground Pass yet. Regicide is also quite far away. To be fair, this one I can do straight after, so that one is fine if I have the other ones done. You know, Morning's End requires a lot of stuff. And then there's also, of course, Morning's End Part 2, and then Song of the Elves. There's a lot of stuff remaining, so I'll probably do these 2 first, and then I'll park it for a bit, so that we can hopefully do a lot of these back to back to back later. But I do need these for Recipe for Disaster, and I don't want to have a situation where I can't do Recipe for Disaster until I can do Song of the Elves, because that's gonna, you know, really mess up the ordering. Anyway, let's talk to Edmund here, who is going to help us start the Plague City quest. Now, I don't know too much about the quest or the quest chain in general, but what I do know is that, of course, there is West Ardone, and we have learned that something has happened here, some plague or something has been, well, let loose upon the city. We don't know what happened here, but I'm hoping that we learn what happens through this quest chain. And I quite like myself some like darker stories, so I'm hoping I'm gonna really enjoy this one. Hello, old man. Sorry, I can't stop to talk. Why? What's wrong? I've got to find my daughter. I pray that she is still alive. So what happened to her? Elena's a healer. 3 weeks ago, she managed to cross the wall into West Ardone. No one's allowed to cross the wall in case they spread the plague. The plague? Not that long ago, West Ardone was hit by a deadly plague. They had the wall built to try and keep it contained. No one is allowed to enter the city now, apart from the mourners. They say the plague is a horrible way to go. That's why Elena felt she had to go help. She said she'd be gone for a few days, but we've heard nothing since. Maybe I could help find her. Really? Would you? I've been working on a plan to get into West Ardone, but I'm too old and tired to carry it through. But you, on the other hand, you should have no problem. So will we need like a gas mask or like something to prevent us from catching the disease? Is it airborne? Is it like through contact? Like, what kind of disease are we talking about here? So let's start the quest. Yes. Where should I start? If you go into West Ardone, you'll need protection from the plague. My wife made a special gas mask. I knew it. For Elena with dwell berries rubbed into it. They help to repel the plague apparently. We need some more though. So where can I find these dwell berries? The only place I know of is McRubber's Wood, just west of Sia's village. The berries are bright blue, so they're easy to spot. I feel like I've seen these before. Isn't it also where I got the root for the fishing quest? Okay, I'll go and get some. The foresters keep a close eye on it, but there's a back way in. I know. Don't I have these in my bank, maybe? So, I've spoken to Edmund in East Ardone, or Ardonye, or whatever the exact pronunciation is supposed to be. He's asked me to help find his daughter Elena, who has gone missing while trying to help plague victims in West Ardone. I need to get some dwell berries for Alrina, so she can make me a gas mask, to protect myself from the plague. According to Edmund, I can find some in McRubber's Wood, west of Sia's village. Edmund warned me that I need to find a back way in, as the area is guarded. Yes, it's the area with all the dogs, right? I'm pretty sure that's where I did the Slayer task for the dogs. Alright, but I believe I might actually have picked some of those up and put them in my bank. So let me check that out first. So, dwell berries. I do have 1 dwell berry. Is that sufficient? I have the dwell berries. She needs to make it. I should give them to her. Okay, let's go back. Beautiful. Also, just a quick reminder, I haven't touched on this in quite some time. I do have a clan It is right over here. It is Onion Inc. We are 30 members right now. Everyone is welcome to join. So if you want to join, send me a message in game. The name, of course, is EK. And, you know, you can just send me a message. We can have a bit of a chat and you can join the clan if you do want to. All right, let's talk to Elrena, who is inside the house. Hello, Edmund has asked me to help find your daughter. Yes, he told me. I've begun making your special gas mask, but I need some dwellberries to finish it. Yes, I've got some here. You give the dwellberries to Elrena. Elrena crushes the berries into a smooth paste. She then smears the paste over a strange mask. There we go, all done. While in West Ardone, you must wear this at all times, or you could catch the plague. Elrena has given you a gas mask. I'll make a spare mask for you just in case you lose that one. I'll hide it in the cupboard in case the mourners come looking. Oh, so I can always get more here, I guess. So there's going to be a cupboard here somewhere where... Oh, it's a cupboard over here, I guess. So I could get more from this cupboard, I guess. Ooh, really, really funny story, by the way. So, well, at least to me, it was really funny. So I went to a concert the other day. I went to the Rock Orchestra concert. Beautiful performance, by the way. Very, very much enjoyed it. It's a classical music band, but they play rock and metal songs. They had, like, you know, Enter Sandman in there. They had Chop Suey in there. They had, you know, just a whole bunch of different, like, classic rock bands, but also like a little bit of metal in there. It was really, really well done. But really funny thing is, the male lead who was doing the vocals or like part of the vocals, he has this weird thing where, you know, when there's like a big burst of energy, like he, you know, obviously a lot of vocalists, you know, if there's a big burst of energy, they want to do something like they'll put their hand up in the air, they'll like shout, they're like, they'll all have like some little thing they do when there's like a lot of energy building up, like, you know, when like the drums and stuff hit like peak and he like just like belts out a note or something. What this guy did is he, you know, he just like tried kicking the door in front of him. There wasn't an actual door, but he was acting like there was a door in front of him. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, he was a fireman or something, and or like a firefighter, and, you know, he would just like try and kicking all the doors. But in my mind, all I could see was just this. Bam! I just saw this guy just constantly trying to open up RuneScape doors. That's how much I've been thinking about this game, guys. And I'm at a concert, some guys making like a kicking motion, and all I can think about is RuneScape characters kicking in doors. Okay? I have been converted to the cult. Anyway, let's equip the gas mask. It actually has more magic and range damage, of course, than our melee gear, which is logical. Ooh, look at this. Hey, there's another person here. Oh, that's a mourner. I quite like this look, by the way. It looks kind of cool. Alright, so now I guess I'll have to make my way to West Ardone. Do I talk to Edmund? Yes, I talk to Edmund, and he is going to tell me exactly how I get into West Ardone. Ardoknwe, yes, it's Ardoknwe. Hey Edmund, I've got the gas mask now. You can actually see it on my face. Good stuff. Now for the digging. Beneath us are the Ardone sewers. I've done some research and I reckon you can use them to enter West Ardone. I've already tried digging down to them, but the soil is rock hard. You need to pour on several buckets of water to soften it up. I reckon 4 buckets should do it. Okay, so we get a bucket. Doesn't matter where I throw it. I guess like around the spade, like just around here somewhere. And there's going to be a water source in here. So I will fill up a couple of these buckets. And then I will yeet the bucket on the mud patch over here. You pour water onto the soil. The soil softens slightly. Alright, I will do that 4 times and I'll see you in a moment. I accidentally just picked a potato. Did not mean to do that, but I did. And here we go, this is going to be number 4. The soil is now soft enough to dig in. So we grab the spade. And we... Oh, I guess that worked. You dig deep into the soft soil. Suddenly it crumbles away. You fall through into the sewer. Edmund follows you down the hole. So guys, just as a quick reminder, this quest is actually from 2002. It is very short. It's elf number 1. It has no recommendations and no requirements. But it's 2002, so that makes me think it's either a release quest or very, very shortly after release. So obviously my expectations for the quality of the quest are going to be a little bit lower. But I'm still very intrigued as to the actual setup, like the lore part of the story. So I have softened the ground in Edmund's garden enough to dig down into the sewers, and I've dug a tunnel into Ardoughn sewers from Edmund's garden. I need to find a way out of the Ardoughn sewers and into West Ardoughn. Alright, so let's first just talk to Edmund and see what he has to say. I think it's the pipe to the south that comes up in West Ardoughn. Alright, I will check it out. Alright, pipe in the south. So the south is over here. So it's this one. Can I open this grill? The grill is too secure. You can't pull it off alone. I mean, I can just get Edmund to help me, right? Edmund! Wait, hold on. Edmund? The camera's being a bit weird. Edmund! Edmund, sir. I require your immediate assistance. Edmund, I can't get through to West Ardoughn. There's an iron grill blocking my way, so I can't pull it off alone. If you get some rope, you could tie it to the grill. Then we could both pull at the same time. Alright, be right back, getting some rope. This quest so far is extremely straightforward and really is very clear as to what to do. You know, it's telling me exactly throw water on there, bring these exact berries, dig down this part of the map. Now bring me a rope. It's really like, it's much more like an actual adventure, like a normal MMO quest that I will be used to. And it feels less like a RuneScape quest where, like, it's very enjoyable, don't get me wrong. I actually really like this quest right now because the last two quests we did, of course, were very, very puzzly, and I do enjoy those quests as well. Like, puzzling is really fun, but sometimes I just want to like semi-turn my brain off, at least in terms of trying to figure things out, and just go, you know. And this quest so far has allowed me to just go. All right, so we attach the rope to the grill. You tie the end of the rope to the sewer's pipe grill. Alright, so now if I try and open it, or do I have to go back? No, okay, now I guess I go back to Edmund, and I ask him to help me pull the rope. I have tied the rope to the grill over there. Will you help me pull it off? Alright, let's get to it. Alright, here we go. We pull together, guys. We pull together. 1, 2, 3, pull! There we go. Once you're in the city, you look for a man called Jethic. He's an old friend of the family. Hopefully he can help you. Alright, thanks. I will. Here we go. We're going in. You climb up through the sewer pipe. And here we go. We are now in West Ardoughn. So, we've locked a new music track called Sad Meadow. Let's check out the quest as well. Look at how much we've already kind of covered. That's really, really nice. So I found a pipe that leads out of Ardoughn sewers and into West Ardoughn. I can now enter West Ardoughn. Edmund told me to look out for an old family friend named Jethic, who might be able to help me find Elena. I should make sure I wear my gas mask while in West Ardoughn. See, once again, it's telling me exactly what I need to do. I need to find Elena. Now, does it tell me where Elena is? No. But it at least tells me that I need to find a specific NPC and I have an exact target, and I like that. Let's talk to the mourner here. Stand back, citizen. Do not approach me. Is that because he has... Oh, wait, this is Jethic. Okay, well, that was actually remarkably easy. Hello, I don't recognize you. We don't get many newcomers around here. How come? The plague, of course. Not many people want to come to a place like this, and the few that do normally get stopped by the mourners. All you will find here are the dead and the dying. Even our own king has abandoned us. Your king? Yes, King Tyrus of West Ardoughn. He's the brother of King Lethus, the ruler of East Ardoughn. So, where's the king? Well, he's always been a bit of an explorer. He's led multiple expeditions into the uncharted lands to the west. The plague first started when he came back from one of these expeditions. More than a few suspect that some of his men caught it out there and brought it back with them. The king didn't care though. He just left on another expedition to the west. He hasn't been seen since. He left the city warder Brevak in charge, but he's no better. Guys, this story sounds very, very similar to the story I heard of the king that is buried in the waterfall quest thing. Although this happened much more recently, hasn't it? So I guess they're probably not connected. But maybe they are, we don't know. Anyway, you clearly didn't come here to talk about kings, so tell me, what brings you to West Ardoughn? I am looking for a woman from East Ardoughn called Elena. East Ardoughnian women are easier to find in East Ardoughn. Not many would come to West Ardoughn to find one, although the name is familiar. What does she look like? Brown hair, in her 20s. That doesn't narrow it down a huge amount. I'll need to know more than that, or see a picture. Alright, so I guess we go back. Alright, so I found Jethic. He seemed willing to help me find Elena, but didn't know what she looked like. He suggested I get a picture of her. Perhaps Edmund and Orena have one. Okay, I will just quickly wander back and forth. Edmund! To be fair, I expect the lady to have the picture. Hello, have you found Elena yet? Not yet, it's a big city over there. Do you have a picture of Elena? There should be a picture of Elena in the house. Please find her quickly, I hope it's not too late. Alright, to the house. Look, it's a picture on the table. There we go, we get it. Can we look at it? Use picture, no I can't, okay. But I have the picture now. And now we go back to Jethic. You show Jethic the picture. Ah, yes. She came over here to help the plague victims. I think she is staying over with the Renison family. They live in a small timbered building at the far north side of town. I have not seen her around here for a while, mind. I don't suppose you could run me a little errand while you're over there. I borrowed this book from them. Can you return it? Sure. I will return the book for you. Why not? Jethic gives you a book. Can I read this book? I cannot. He thinks that Elena was staying with the Renison family. According to him, they live in a timber house in the north of the city. He asked me to return a book to them while I was there. Okay, so the north of the city would be somewhere in this direction. And it's a timber house, so let me wander up north. Can I go through this? It doesn't appear like there's actually a passageway. I guess I can go around. So, are these the timber houses? There are so many different little houses here. It's kind of cool, actually. Wait, is this the timber house? Yeah, I guess this is timber. Okay, so this is Ted Renison. And go away, we don't want any. I'm a friend of Jeffix. I have come to return a book he borrowed. Oh, why didn't you say so? Come in then. Hello. You hand the book to Ted as you enter. Thanks, I've been missing that. But also, I want to ask about a girl who might potentially be here. Hi, I hear a woman called Elena is staying here. Yes, she was staying here, but slightly over a week ago she was getting ready to go back. However, she never managed to leave. My daughter Millie was playing near the west wall when she saw some shadowy figures jump out and grab her. Millie is upstairs if you wish to speak to her. Oh, well that is not optimal. Hi, I hear a woman called Elena is staying here. Oh, this is the same dialogue, okay. And then what about Billy? Billy, talk to me. Billy isn't interested in talking. Okay, well that makes sense, you little kid. I too will be like, go away. Go away, I have no time for you. This is Millie. Millie knows some more. Hello, your parents say you saw what happened to Elena. Yes, I was near the southeast corner when I saw Elena walking by. I was about to run to greet her when some men jumped out. They shoved a sack over her head and dragged her into a building. Which building? It was the boarded up building with no windows in the southeast corner of West Ardone. So the southeast corner of West Ardone. Okay, we can do this. So this is West Ardone and the southeastern corner would be this building right here. Probably. Don't worry. Don't worry, Elena. I am going to rescue you. Hello. Allow me entry, please. Is this the house? Stuff has been broken. I can search the boxes. Also, let me check out the quest. I visited the home of the Renison family in the north of the city to see if I can find Elena. According to Millie Renison, Elena was captured and taken into a plague house in the southeast corner of the city. I should go there and see if I can get into the house. So it might not be this house. It might be this house. Maybe. The door won't open. You notice a black cross on the door. I'd stand away from there. That black cross means that the house has been touched by the plague. I fear not a mere plague. That's irrelevant. You don't have clearance to go in there. How do I get clearance? Well, you would need to apply to the head mourner. Or, I suppose, Bravak, the city warder. I wouldn't get your hopes up, though. How did you get over here? You're not one of this rabble. Ah, well, you'll have to stay. Can't risk you going back now. So we can ask what a mourner is. We're working for King Lafas of East Ardone. He has tasked us with containing the accursed plague sweeping West Ardone. We also do our best to ease these people's suffering. We are nicknamed mourners because we spend a lot of time at the plague victim funerals. No one else is allowed to risk attending. It's a demanding job, and we get little thank from the people here. Okay. And I haven't gotten the plague though. Can't risk you being a carrier. That protective clothing you have isn't a regulation issue. It won't meet safety standards. And what about Elena? Do you have any information about this woman? Ah, yes, I have heard of her. A healer, I believe. She must be mad coming over here voluntarily. I hear rumors she has probably caught the plague now. Very tragic. A stupid waste of life. Okay, so we have to go talk to the head mourner. And he's called Bravak. See, this quest is just documenting everything so beautifully, guys. I don't have to think for myself. I just follow quest steps. I feel like I'm back in just old MMO territory, or like not old, but like classic MMO territory. So this is the head mourner. How did you get into West Ardone? Ah, well, you have to stay. Can't risk you spreading the plague outside. So I need clearance to enter a plague house. It's in the southeast corner of West Ardone. Literally right behind this house. You must be nuts. Absolutely not. But there's a kidnapped victim inside. Well, they're as good as dead then. No point in trying to save them. Okay, well, let me try some other tactics on you. Let me be very persuasive. I will tell you that I have got a gas mask. Though, it's not regulation. Anyway, you are not properly trained to deal with the plague. How do I get trained? It requires a strict 18 months of training. I don't have that sort of time. Okay, but don't worry. I still have option number 3. Option number 3 is, yes, I am utterly crazy. You're wasting my time. I have a lot of work to do. Okay, so we have to find some way to still be allowed in. Okay, so this is the first time in this quest where I don't immediately know what to do. Oh yeah, we have the option to go to either the head mourner or to Bravak. So let's go find Bravak instead. I'm going to guess that Bravak is somewhere in this house, because this is like the big house, you know? There's a clerk here. Is Bravak going to be upstairs, maybe? Bravak, we must talk. Okay, let's talk to the clerk. Maybe the clerk can point me in the right direction. Hello, welcome to the civic office of West Ardone. How can I help you? So I need permission to enter a plague house. Rather you than me. The mourners normally deal with that stuff. You should speak to them. Their headquarters are right near the city gate. I mean, I've just done that, okay? Surely you don't let them run everything for you. Trying to like taunt him, you know, like just a little bit of taunting here. Surely not. Well, they do know what they're doing here. If they did start doing something badly, Bravak, the city warder, would have the power to override them. But I can't see that happening though. Can I speak to Bravak anyway? He has asked not to be disturbed. This is urgent though, someone has been kidnapped. I will see what I can do, I suppose. Mr. Bravak, there's a man here who really needs to speak to you. I suppose I can come in then, if they keep it short. Oh, there he is. Was he there before as well? Did I have to talk to him? I guess I did, probably. Alright, Bravak, hello! My head hurts. I'll speak to you another day. This is really important though. I mean, to be fair, that guy literally just said, or like you just said to the clerk, you can come in. Also, is this the first guy who's fat? Is this the first fat guy we're seeing, guys? Not to body shame or anything, but I think this is the first fat guy. That's kind of funny. Everyone in this game has been ripped so far, I think. This is really important though. I can't possibly speak to you with my head spinning like this. I went a bit heavy on the drink again last night. Curse my herbalist. She made the best hangover cures. Darn inconvenient of her catching the plague. Do you know what's in the cure? Let me think. Thinking isn't clever. Here, should I scribble it down for me? Bravak hands you a tatty piece of paper. A scruffy note. Okay, got a bucket of milk, then grind some chocolate with a pestle and mortar. And the gourd chocolate, add the ground chocolate to the milk. Finally add some snape grass. What is this one? So it's gonna be milk, chocolate, snape grass. Snape grass. I feel like I'm blanking on something, guys. I feel like it's rather easy. Okay, I don't know. Where do I get chocolate though? I don't think I've ever got chocolate. Have I unlocked chocolate? I can't remember. I have unlocked chocolate slice and chocolate cake, but not chocolate specifically. Also, this quest seems reasonably long for a very short quest, which I'm fine with. But I just want to point that out. Now, where do I get chocolate though? I mean, bucket of milk is super easy. Oh, I could really go for some chocolate in real life as well. Oh my god, I really want chocolate now. Thank you, game. At least I'm assuming this thing says chocolate. I guess this probably just says snape grass, but I don't know where I get snape grass. Anyway, I'm gonna just check some food shops because I reckon some food shop probably does sell the chocolate. Unless I have to make it myself, which I don't think I've run into yet. I think it's more of an ingredient, right? Oh, there we go. The baker sells the chocolate bar. Okay, so 1 chocolate bar. And I do need to get myself a bucket of milk as well. Now, I do know that I can get those at Lumbridge. But are there more dairy cows? There's dairy churn. You would imagine there's dairy cows next to a dairy churn, right? So I have a bucket. So let me go check that out. There are sheep. Where are the cows, though? Oh, there they are. In that field. Okay, I'm assuming, yeah, dairy cow. Beautiful. Okay, we get the pestle and mortar. We use it on... Wait, did I not buy the chocolates? Oh, wait, of course I did buy the chocolate. I don't have any cash on me. How am I supposed to buy chocolate when I literally don't have cash on me? I mean, I suppose I could have tried to steal from the shop. Okay, now we have the chocolate bar. Now we combine it with the pestle and mortar. And we create chocolate dust. Can I now combine this dust with the bucket of milk? You mix the chocolate into the bucket. And now we have chocolatey milk. Okay, beautiful. And now we need to add... What was it? Some like snape grass or something? Honestly, this one has me a little bit stumped. I have no idea what snape grass is. And thus, I don't really know where to start looking for it. Okay, at least it's been confirmed to me that this is what I need because it actually exists in the game, snape grass. But the problem is that if I want to get it through farming, I need level 61. I was thinking maybe I can farm it myself. But apparently I can't until I hit level 61, which is quite far away, me being level 12 and all. So that is not an option. But because it is something to do with farming, maybe a farming shop in turn sells it. And there is one up north here. All right, Richard, let's trade. Do you have whatever this snape grass is? I think the answer is no, he does in fact not have the thing that snape grass is. Where do I get it then? Alright, I've taken a bit of a break and I have allowed the people in my Discord to guide me to the correct way to continue the quest and try and find the snape grass. And Frib had a really fun idea. He hid 3 clues in sort of a poem. And from my understanding, the first one gives me the least information, and then as I unlock more and more, I will get more and more information. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to break it down based on the first one, then I will give myself some more information and break it down based on the second one, because we can see if we were right, like we can fine-tune it as we go. So the first one, the only one I can see right now, is surrounded by almost the first enemy. So he's just almost the first enemy. Now, the thing I'm thinking of immediately is, well, Lumbridge, of course. But I'm also thinking before Lumbridge. But because before Lumbridge is Tutorial Island. And I believe the mobs on Tutorial Island are rats. However, he specifically said almost the first enemy. So it's not the rat. So it's an enemy that is after the rats, which makes me think of 2 mobs in particular. Because over here, I believe there are goblins here and spiders here. And I guess there are cows up there, which are kind of like also very early enemies. So I'm thinking it's either cows, goblins, or spiders. Now, doesn't really help me yet, but at least that makes me think that where I get this is probably somewhere in the Lumbridge to Draenor area. Now, what I could do is I could go here and just wander around aimlessly, hope I find something, but I actually kind of like the idea of going through these clues a bit more. So, let's unlock the second one. And he says, where the cow killers grow in skill. Wait, so where the cow killers grow in skill. So this is where the cow killers go, right? Because they want to farm. And they grow in skill. And I'm assuming he means leveling up. Now, I'm wondering, Frib, I'm assuming you're going to be watching this. First of all, appreciate it. I love the fact that you're, allowing me to do this. But secondary, did you write these yourself, or were these thrown into ChatGPT or something? Just kind of curious. Because I feel like everything nowadays is just done with ChatGPT. Like, it's just easy mode, right? So, my immediate thought is early enemies, cows, it's going to be here. It's going to be in like one of these side areas we can find snake grass. And then the third hint is your lonely shack and a maze from long past. So, I can only remember one maze in the entire game. I mean, actually two. I can remember the maze in Draenor Manor, because there's a maze underground. But I'm assuming he's not talking about that, most likely. It doesn't really have an association with cows. And it's also... Is it surrounded by the first enemy? It might be. But there's another maze that we had to do for Dragon Slayer, which is Melzar's maze. And Melzar's maze... I'm not sure what mobs are. I think there's goblins here. So goblins, maze, grow... Oh! Where cow killers grow in skill. Cow killers gives you cow hides, gives you leather, and leather is used to level crafting. And this is the crafting guild next to a maze. It's gotta be here. It's gotta be here. But can I enter this place though? I mean, it's supposed to be around the crafting guild, I think. I think I figured it out. Frib, those were amazing clues. Let me just head over there for a moment. Oh my god, someone's just dropping like all the seeds in the world. Holy shit. I'm assuming it's not only in the crafting guild. I'm assuming it's around the crafting guild because there isn't a crafting level requirement. And if it was only in the crafting guild, and I think crafting guild normally are level 60. Oh, hold on. Where am I going? That's not the correct way. But I think generally crafting guilds require level 60 in the associated skill, but it might be different per skill, I'm not quite sure. And there isn't a level requirement for this quest, so I'm assuming that's not the case. Ah, Frib has logged in. He's here. He can sense that I'm working on his clues. Oh, there are even cows here. Okay, so is there... Oh, wait, there it is! Snapegrass! Next to goblins, cows, leveling, maze... Those are beautiful hints. I love them. Let me grab a couple more in case I ever need them again. So can I combine the snape grass now with the chocolatey milk? And I have hangover cure. You mix the snape grass into the buckets. You know, I kind of want to make sure I get level 51 magic soon, because then I can unlock the Ardougne teleport, and apparently it requires Plague City as well. But since I'm completing that thing anyway pretty soon, that means that if I get 51, which is not too far off, I am 46 right now, that I can teleport to a new town. That's going to be really convenient. Because now I'm just using the Camelot teleport, which isn't too far away either. But if I could teleport to Ardougne straight away, that'd be really nice. Although I'm wondering if that's going to allow me to teleport to the west or eastern part of town. Because the quest is all about the western part of town. So it might be a teleport to the western part of town. But you would imagine that the teleport would generally go to the eastern part of town, so I'm kind of curious now. Alright, let's go ahead and bring this man his hangover cure. So... Oh, there he is. I couldn't see him. He's part of the decoration. He's just staring at the wall. This guy has such a massive headache right now that he's just staring at the wall like, please, someone, like, can I just smash my head into this wall? Will I die? Will that stop the pain from coming? Oh, my head still hurts too much to think straight. Oh, for one of Grudy's hangover cures. Try this. You give Brevek the hangover cure. Brevek gulps down the foul-looking liquid. Makes me kind of curious, guys. What were your hangover cures? I've definitely had a fair amount of hangovers. Now, I'm not really someone who drinks like a lot often, but I've definitely had my moments of, you know, having a big party or something. And what I've generally just liked is just getting like some very greasy food, you know, getting like pizza, getting you know, just something fried, you know, like something like that. It just helps me with my hangover. Of course, a lot of liquid also helps, preferably non-alcoholic the next morning. But yeah, I don't really have anything specific, but I just always had like fried food, or baked eggs did quite well. Just something with like a strong taste that definitely wasn't the most healthy. So he gulps down the foul-looking liquid. Oh, that's much better. Thanks. That's the clearest my head has felt in a month. Ah, now, what was it you wanted me to do for you? I mean, that stuff is powerful, apparently. I've got to try that. So, chocolate. And some grass. No, thank you. That doesn't sound good at all. No. I need to rescue a kidnapped victim called Elena. She's being held in a plague house. I need permission to enter. Well, the mourners deal with that sort of thing. Is that all anyone says around here? Well, they know best about plague issues. Don't you want to take an interest in it at all? Nope, I don't wish to take a deep interest in plagues. That stuff is too scary for me. I see why people say you're a weak leader. Bah, people always criticize their leaders, but delegating is the only way to lead. I delegate all plague issues to the mourners. I mean, to be fair, his stance overall is what I would consider to be correct, because he's saying, okay, I don't have specific knowledge on the topic. There are people here specifically trained for this topic. Why would I not just delegate the task? Because they have the expertise required. Like, why would I try and have an opinion, share an opinion, force an opinion on something that I don't know anything about, when I have the experts in town? So it makes a lot of sense. This whole city is a plague issue. Okay. So what if we tell him that they won't listen to me? They say I'm not properly equipped to go into the house, though I do have a very effective gas mask. Well, I guess they're not taking the issue of a kidnapping seriously enough. They do go a bit far sometimes. I've heard of Elena. She has helped us a lot. Okay, I will give you this warrant to enter the house. Brevek hands you a warrant. Can I read it? Is it? This is the warrant. I cannot read it. Okay, let me go back over to the plague house now. It sounds so dark, guys, going over to the plague house. You know, like it's gonna sound like I'm gonna die there. It's death and despair and, well, what happens actually if I do take off my helmet? You should leave your gas mask on while you're in Westardone. Oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of cool to have a place where literally everyone's wearing a gas mask. Like it has like an aesthetic purpose to it. Okay, so the house was this one over here. I'm gonna assume he's gonna stop me and be like, hey, what are you doing? I stand away from there. That black cross means the house has been touched by the plague. Yeah, I mean, I know. I have a warrant from Brevek to enter here. This is highly irregular. Please wait. Hey, I've got someone here with a warrant, blah, 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 blah. You wait until the mourner's back is turned and sneak into the building. Okay, I mean, we could have just kind of waited, but I guess we are in too much of a hurry to risk the seconds we would lose by waiting. Alright, and here we go. Elena's down here. The door is locked. Hey, get me out of here, please. I would, but I do not have the key. I think there may be one around somewhere. I'm sure I heard them stashing it somewhere. Have you caught the plague? No, I have none of the symptoms. Strange. I was told this house was plague-infected. I suppose that was a cover-up by the kidnappers. So are some of the mourners the kidnappers? So a new track called The Cellar Dwellers. Oh, I noticed, by the way, that unfortunately the initial part of this video doesn't have game audio. For some reason, that wasn't recorded by OBS. So, you know, technical difficulties that will always keep plaguing YouTubers. It's a pain. But I guess I'll just put some music in there that like appears in the video, or like in the areas that we're in, and I'll just like kind of manually make it something. So I'm gonna assume that upstairs he's somewhere in one of these boxes. Might be a key. So let me just quickly check them. So Brevek, the city warder, gave me a warrant to enter the plague house in return for a hangover cure. I entered the plague house and found Elena. Now I just need to free her. She thinks the key to her cell is hidden somewhere in the house. Okay, so it's definitely in the house somewhere. which means that it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nothing interesting in these sacks. These things I can't search. I think I've clicked everything that's upstairs. So let's go back downstairs and try and find it. I like how they're called the spooky stairs. We can walk up the spooky stairs. Guys, if you were a key, where would you be? Oh, it was in the barrel. I guess I didn't click it properly because I thought I had searches already, but there we go. We did find it. Okay, now let's go back downstairs and we can open up the door and free Elena. You unlock the door. Hello. Hi, you're free to go. Your kidnappers don't seem to be about right now. Thank you. Being kidnapped was so inconvenient. I was on my way back to East Ardougne with some samples. I want to see if I can diagnose a cure for this plague. Well, you can leave via the manhole in the middle of the city. Go and see my father. I'll make sure he adequately rewards you. Now, I'd better leave while I still can. Oh, for a second I was thinking we're going to be teleported back, but we're not. Okay. So, I successfully freed Elena from the plague house. I should return to Edmund and let him know. I mean, shouldn't we be escorting her? Wouldn't it be much better if we escorted her before she gets kidnapped again? What if she just leaves the house, the kidnappers appear, and they're like, haha, come back in here, lady. That wouldn't work. We'd have to do the entire thing again. And I don't want to do that. So that was very inconvenient by you, Elena, but I guess nothing happened. I guess we can just go and talk to the dad. Is the dad still here? I guess he's not. I'm also really curious how this is going to play into an elven storyline, because right now it's just about a plague and about a potential cure for it. And I'm really curious to see how this is turning into an actual storyline, because a couple videos ago somewhere, I made a remark which maybe was taken a little bit too extreme. You know, I kind of said that, you know, I didn't think RuneScape lore was very deep in the sense that you had to pay a ton of attention to it, like break it down and, like, you know, go very, very specific onto it. And I didn't mean it in a bad way, in the sense that, you know, I think it's bad writing or something. I just think so far, with the quests I've done so far, there hasn't been the level of depth yet where, you know, it feels like I'm on a very long journey where, you know, something said in quest A means something in quest C, which is going to translate into something in quest E. You know, we just haven't reached that level of storytelling yet. So I just want to make sure that you understand that it is not that I'm trash talking the story writing, because I think it's overall very good. I just think the subject material and the depth it's gone into hasn't yet been that impressive. However, that is also because a lot of the quests I've done have been either short quest chains, they've been old quests, they have been standalone quests, so I haven't actually given the game room yet to impress me with its storyline. So I'm really looking forward to stuff like the Elven storyline. Now, I do believe it is a fairly old question overall, like Plague City is 2002, this is also 02, this is 03, this is 04, this is 05, so like a large chunk of this quest chain is old. The only thing that's really new, I think, in this entire thing is Song of the Elves, so I'm going to expect a pretty big jump in quality. So this quest might not be the best example either, but I'm looking forward to getting into quest chains more and more, and I just wanted to point it out so you guys don't think that I'm just trash talking without having the knowledge of the game, because, you know, if there's one thing that I think is very important always, is only share opinions that you've formed through proper analysis, and don't just blurt something out without knowing what you're talking about. Anyway, back to the quest. Thank you. Elena beat you back by minutes. Now, I said I'd give you a reward. What can I give you as a reward, I wonder? Here, take this magic scroll. I have little use for it, but it may help you. What, a scroll? Oh, an Ardougne teleport scroll. I'm assuming that's a one-time thing, maybe? So 1 quest point and 2.4k mining experience. That's not too great. Now I'd recommend you go and see Elena. She'll want to thank you herself. She lives in a house opposite ours. So does biohazard start at Elena? It does. Okay. So the next quest in the next video, it just requires Plague City and combat level 10. So it's going to be very easy once again, at least in terms of its, you know, skill check and combat. But the next video will be a biohazard. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.